Brakthia Howell, Brakthia Shai, Brakthia Howell, Brakthia Shai, Brakthia Howell, Brakthia Howell, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Wealth. Of course, salutations to the hopeful elect out there, man. You Akim, Testakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. On the road, in transit. This one's going to be entitled "This the Lord's Program." The inspiration for the show comes from the fact that, they shut down Born Again. I'm going to be real, brothers. I was pissed off, man, because that was for our sit-downs on the Wednesday shows, that we had like an audience, you know what I'm saying? And that's really the most annoying part about when they shut down these channels. It's like, you're building an audience, you're feeding your flock. So imagine, you have your flock, you're feeding your flock, you're seeing your pasture growing, and you see a flock growing, then some nigga just come and shut down your whole farm abruptly, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to feel some type of way. But, as the title said, it's a Lord's program. The Most High allowed them to do it. Amos, the 8th chapter and 11th verse. Of course, there's going to be a famine of the word. All right? Not just a famine of bread. Pardon me, but of hearing the word of the Lord. And YouTube has been cracking down on everybody, man. I mean, hypersensitive flaggets out there. So we put the curses up when we flag these videos. And they got these, what they call AI. It's not even AI. It's not automatic. It's not artificial intelligence. That doesn't exist, right? We don't have free will. So how the fuck can machines have free will? They have these bots that pick up on your words and this, that, and third, and shut your videos down. Well, we don't even know what video they took down, because the way it's set up, man, they can take down all our videos that they want, man. All this thing is considered hate speech and this violating treaties and terms and conditions, even though we're just preaching the Bible, but we're preaching the Bible, pretty much unadulterated, unfiltered, you know what I'm saying? Not being politically correct, but being scripturally correct, and that offends people. But the Lord told us that, offense must come, but woe unto the motherfucker that's offended, man. All right? Why? Because I said motherfucker? I'm using rude speech? Well, guess what, man? The Apostle Paul said, do I be rude in speech? Yes, yet not in knowledge. So, we try to tone down the rude speech for the simple fact of this purpose, man. All right? It's more about teaching the word, But, let it just be a curse onto their ass, man. Let it be a curse onto their ass for getting in their feelings, for getting emotional about us teaching the word of the Lord, for hindering the word of the Lord. And we know that ultimately, the title said, it's the Most High's program, right? The Most High, Proverbs 16:1, down to 4, right? He's creating the hearts. He's stirring. When somebody get offended, if the Most High is the one that's stirring them up to man, I gotta flag this thing, or and shut down shows. But YouTube is not only getting us, they're getting Edomites that's telling on the BS that America's doing. Isaiah the 47th chapter in the first verse, the scourge is being lifted up on America, and pursuant to the book of Psalms, the 64th chapter and the 8th verse, a lot of Edomites are doing it. First and foremost, you got the prophets of the Heavenly Father, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. We're the one that's able to filter these things through the scriptures, all right? But you got these Edomites that they'll bring out documents, just straight up documents. It ain't no opinion, no nothing, just straight documents exposing the wickedness of this kingdom. So their channels are getting shut down because people nowadays are going to alternative media. If you're still watching CNN and MSNBC and mainstream media, then you're just out of it, man. You're not even in the consideration, man. But you have Edomites that are pissed off with this society. A kingdom divided against itself shall not stand. You can thank Donald Trump, but even before him, man. You have whistleblowers, all right, and you have Edomites that pose the different wars that the United States are dragging everybody into. The state of Israel are dragging everybody into, all right. And these certain hot topics that's getting their station shut down. See, they do this thing for a living. Alternative investigative journalism, right? They make some type of profit off of it. So what YouTube does now is deplatform them. We on the other hand, we work. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell us we can't. We shouldn't be charging this thing, man. All right. I'm not going into tithes and offerings, okay? If somebody want to give, that's up to you. But we're not making it a mandatory thing. There's no Patreons obligating anybody to give. You know what I'm saying? This thing is about faith. And if you give in faith, you're going to receive in faith. You're going to get blessed, ultimately, with the kingdom. You know? Our brothers are with the men of the Lord. You know, we don't get led astray by any types of evils. Going back to the point at hand, you know, those people get pissed off because they make a living off alternative investigative journalism. You know what I'm saying? YouTube deplatforming the hell out of a lot of people, man. And either two things are going to happen. Either the Most High is going to shut down all this shit, or people are going to flock to a new platform, and you can see, you know, YouTube go the way of MySpace, you know. Pardon me. As the Apostle Tahar said, they're pretty much on YouTube to be like some type of gimmicky site. A site where, you know, you have chipmunks playing pianos and that type of BS. There's no type of truth in there. You know? YouTube is filtering out and deleting a lot of videos that go against what the elites don't want you to think. A primary example, I remember one time when I searched YouTube, they had a ton of videos on the moon landing being fake. Now every video you see is moon landing being fake debunked. All right, pretty much debunking. They don't show both sides anymore. You know what I'm saying? They don't show both sides anymore. It's, you know, pretty much it's a unilateral thing now that, look, this is what happened, and we don't want to hear the other side. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're pushing. You know, and if anybody, that right there shows you. That right there shows you that there's no freedom of speech or freedom to anything or equal anything, man, because everything is unilateral to fit fit the agenda of what these devils want out there, you know, which YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all these social media thing that could be used to manipulate the minds are all backed by the CIA. So, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. We're not ignorant of the Most High's devices. Some nigga that wasn't in his basement in college and created all this, man. This is a CIA-backed operation, man. All right? Because think about it. The elites, they're crafty. The devils. Genesis, the 3rd chapter. 1st verse. Esau is the most subtle beast. All right? This serpent is the most subtle beast of all these nations. They're crafty. All right? They have think tanks. You know, how can we manipulate the masses? And social media is a great way, very smart way, man. How they came up with manipulating the masses. For example, they made it cool to not want any privacy. You know what I'm saying? They made it like a cool thing. Like, you know, I told somebody I don't got Instagram, and it was like, what kind of backward caveman shit is that? But if you look at Instagram, all it is, all right, it's just sharing your information, where you are, where you at, what you doing, what you about, you know, what you plan to do. You know, that's all that's about. Nothing more, nothing less. And then guess what? That's how the government keep tabs on you. So they don't even have to ask you what you're doing or what you're about. They make it a thing where that's, you know, they make it a thing that to where you want to tell them. You know? And I don't care if you delete this or delete that. All that shit gets stored in a database. All right? So you see that we move into that 1984 George Orwellian totalitarian type of living, man. All right, where everything is dictated by what the government wants you to think, how they want you to feel, how they want you to be, what they want you to see, hear, think. You know what I'm saying? All that is being manipulated by them. And guess what? The masses love it. But thankfully, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, you know, we receive this word and we understand what's going on. Revelations, the 3rd chapter and the 18th verse tells us about the eye salve. You know, it says, anoint thyself with the eye salve, which we anointed our eyes with the scriptures, man, which are able to make us see through the darkness. That's how come we don't follow the masses of the world, because, man, you go into the world, you're going to get judged like the world. You know, we don't want to get judged like the world. How's the world going to get judged? Pursuant to Isaiah 66 and 15, man, with fire. 66, 15 to 16, 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 16th chapter, all types of plagues, famine, destruction that's going to befall us. We don't want to be, as Ezra says, woe unto the world, man, and them that dwell therein, man. Or I believe rather he said, woe is me, you know? He prophesied against the world. He prophesied against many kingdoms, just like Jeremiah. And we all doing that to this day. And that's what pissed a lot of these people off. Slack, and that's what pissed a lot of these people off, man. Alright? Hence, you got flaggers going hard. But you know what, man? Look, like the title says, it's the Most High's program, man. If this thing gets shut up, then be thankful that you was able to get it before the Most High closed the door on it, because there's going to come a time when they're going to be crawling and gnawing, for wisdom. Just like in the book of 1 Samuel, the 3rd chapter, first verse. It told you that the word of the Lord was precious in those days when Samuel came on the scene. Why is that? Well, you had over a period of 4 centuries, man, over 450 years of just judges ruling with no open prophecy. And the scriptures tell you in the book of Proverbs, when there's no open vision, and people perish. And that's what's going to happen. Soon, you're not going to see us out there in the highways and the byways. We're not going to be putting together lessons like this. They're going to shut a lot of things down, and people are going to be out there desperate for food, desperate for the spiritual food, understanding of what's going on, and they're going to be there, and they're going to perish. Starting first and foremost with the scoffers, man. All right? The ones that scoffed at the Heavenly Father's word, came against his men. Well, once a part of this thing, all right, talk shit, came against the apostles and elders, and you don't see them no more. The Most High still got y'all niggas marked too, man. All right? Luke 9:62. Once you put your hand to this plow and look back, you ain't fit for this thing, man. And a lot of these motherfuckers that look back, the Most High got you marked, man, and you're gonna get beat with more stripes, all right, than just your regular Jake in the world, because you know better. You know what I'm saying? That hurts the Most High more, to make you understand it. So you got your woman, whatever, you shared everything with your woman, you know what I'm saying? Then she betrays you. She goes and fucks on you, right? 2 scenarios. If she go and fuck on you with a random dude, you're going to be pissed off, right? You're going to be pissed off like this bitch done cheated on me, right? But what if she cheated on you with your best friend? That's going to hurt more. You're going to want to, you know what I'm saying? It's just going to impact you more, because you're like, man, I told both of y'all every fucking thing, man. I told my woman all this. I told my best friend all this, and y'all go behind my back and fuck them. So that's the same thing. The Most High done revealed his precious knowledge to your ass. I'm talking about the ones that done left. He revealed his precious knowledge to your ass, had him sup with his prophets, and you go around and turn your back, man. Talk shit, slander the word, and then mix his words up. Trying to say that the Gentiles are Israelites. Trying to say these ain't the prophets of the Lord. Trying to say the mark of the beast. So the Most High said, man, fuck that. I got to get these niggas more, because that shit hurt me more. That I done gave these motherfuckers this thing, man. Part of my French, man. It's all in the spirit. Certain brothers bring out the word differently. Sometimes, you know what, the vibrations on you, you're not cursing much. And sometimes the spirit get turned up and you let out a few, what they call swear words, Which I'm not cursing technically, all right? But curse is to wish evil upon somebody. Fuck, shit are both acronyms. But for the sake of, for the sake of trying to keep this video up, we're not trying to do a bit better to control myself. But ultimately, I'm going to keep reverting back to the title of the lesson. The Most High is in control of all this thing, man. All right? The Most High can have you do a lesson and just go all in and have it stay up. Or the Most High can have you slip up on one thing or say one thing offensive and shut the whole channel down. Everything's the Most High. But, as the scriptures tell us, the words of the Heavenly Father is not going out void. And yeah, Born Again had almost 3,000 videos. Alright? The GMS Walk and Talk had thousands of videos. London Brothers, thousands of videos. Brothers have thousands of videos on their pages. Just like that gone. Right? But none of it was in vain. The Most High had every show hit what it was supposed to hit. And then after that, the Most High said, okay, start over. Let's make the word even more scarce, make it even more precious, make it even more hard to find. So, if you're coming across this video and you still been keeping up, get it while you can. Because ultimately their goal is just to say, look, man, to hell with the internet thing, man. Let's really start regulating, because there's no way to really regulate the internet. The World Wide Web is so crazy. What they're trying to do is work on something called Internet 2.0. I don't know too much of the details, but I get the premise. All right, they want to regulate the internet, man. Just like how you go to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, and I would go to the New York Library. It was very limited, man. It was very limited, the sites you could go to and the shit you could type in, all right? Because it was for children, you know, you couldn't really see much and do much. So it's the same thing that they want to do, all right, for the masses. Limit the hell out what they could do, you know? Limit the hell out what they could do. But you could only limit according to the Most High's bounds, man. Esau, you're not in control. You're not in control of nothing. As the scripture says in Romans the 9th chapter, the 17th verse, for this purpose have I brought thee up. Same thing he did with Pharaoh in Egypt. Same thing he doing with the so-called white man now. The Most High props you devils up to serve one purpose, and one purpose only, to fulfill prophecy. Ultimately to be destroyed and conquered by Yahushua and put into subjection by Jacob. That's second Ezra, the 6th chapter, the 7th verse, and the 9th verse. Alright, and that's a prophecy we all looking forward to. When the Most High makes a new heaven and a new earth. Alright, when you go into the word for new, it means kainos in the Greek. Forgot what it is in the Hebrew, I believe it's kadash. Alright, which means to refresh. That right there alone proves reincarnation, because if Yahushua's rulership is going to be refreshed, that means he had to have ruled before. When he ruled, when he was Solomon, if he could receive it, you know. But even in that, I did a lesson. The fact that Solomon had 1,000 women but only 4 children proves that even Solomon understood, like, this ain't the end. All right, this ain't this as splendid as Solomon was, all the money he had, he could take care of 1 million kids. He only had 4 because he must have seen the greater picture. All right, that this rulership is bullshit. All right. And I'm not truly going to be in my stead till all this thing get fulfilled. Because he must have read Deuteronomy 30th chapter. Alright? And that's what we waiting on, man. For this devil to go down. For the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the elect of that nation I just mentioned. Alright? To inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. And dwell in righteousness. That's when all people are going to rejoice. Okay? Because the scriptures tell us when the righteous spirit rule, the people rejoice. But when the wicked spirit rule, the people mourn. And everybody's in mourning and agony and frustration. There's roars and uproars and rumors of wars all over the world right now. Because the devil is ruling. The devil being a so-called white man. So-called white because he's not white, he's red. Blood shine through his face. Leviticus the 13th chapter lets us know that he's a clean leper. And this clean leper is going down. And Jacob is going to rise up very, very soon. We see it in all the prophecies, man. With that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Of course, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, true well. And salutations to the hopeful elect out there, man. You Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.